Every day we see the ability of people who are looking at black crime and violence to enter a level of denial, deceit, and delusion. Every day we get more and more examples, bigger and bigger examples. It was just a couple weeks ago we did a story about a large group of black people went into a bowling alley, and they were creating mayhem and violence. So the manager, a white kid, goes over and says, "Hey, you guys got to leave." Next thing you know, they're beating the hell out of that manager on video. There's a video of a guy picking a bowling ball up over his head and throwing it on the guy's head. Somehow he lived. But I got a couple of emails after that from people saying, "Oh, Colin, you got that one wrong. They weren't black." No, they were black. I mean, I said, "Did you watch the video? Did you actually watch it?" He goes, "I watched it." "Well, go watch it again." Came back. "Well, they were black, but I'm sorry, man. You're wrong on the other stuff, too." How could you look at a pure videotape? I mean, this wasn't one of these things. It wasn't one of these grainy videos. Let's see if I can get it and post it up here. It wasn't one of these grainy videos where you can't really tell what's going on. No, it's very clear what's happening. Not exactly the same thing, but a couple weeks ago in the White House press room, Jim Acosta put his hands on a White House staffer as she was trying to take the microphone from him during a press briefing with the president. Turn on the TV that night, and I see all these talking heads going, "Jim Acosta never touched her." No, he's touching her on the video, okay? Like, I don't know if it was a big deal if he touched her or not, but he put his hands on a wall, man. You can't do that. Now we get to a courtroom in New York City. Karina Vetrano, a jogger, a beautiful Italian girl from New York City. She's out jogging. All of a sudden, they find her dead. No clues. A few months later, they found they found DNA under her fingernails. She was fighting back. They found the guy to whom the DNA belonged to. They took him in. He confessed on video. They said it was coerced. Yeah, like they were waterboarding this dude. No, he confessed to what was happening on video. One of the things we spent a lot of time talking about in Don't Make the Black Kids Angry, well, a couple chapters, was the whole idea of Bronx juries. We talked about studies done in Baltimore where they say a black jury in Baltimore is way less likely than similar on a white jury in a similar case outside of Baltimore to convict people. Black juries don't like convicting black defendants. Big story. And then we also talked about a big story of the New York Post up in Brooklyn and the Bronx. All these white people moving into Brooklyn. The defense attorneys are going, "Good Lord, this is screwing up my entire practice." These crazy ass white hipsters, they might be down there paying $10 for a cup of coffee or a beer. But when you stick them on a jury, and they find evidence that a black person's out there conking people over the head, they're just going to say, "Yeah, I mean, the guy's guilty. Let's send him away." That's a Bronx jury. And it's all about race. So now we get this black guy killing this white girl, and the jury decides by a margin of 7-5 that the 5, I think, were voting for acquittal. That no, we don't have enough evidence. DNA's not enough. Confession's not enough. The dead body's not enough. No, let him go. So they're going to have to retry him. Now, nobody's talked to the jury yet, so I don't have any inside information that this is, the people on the jury who voted to acquit. They didn't stand up and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm not voting to put another black man in jail." I mean, that's what we saw a few days ago when I did a story from CBS, from it's called 48 Hours NCIS. They caught a bunch of the fellas killing a couple of sailors, a white girl and a white guy. And the black juror, told the other jurors almost as soon as you started the trial, the deliberation. She goes, "I'm not voting to put another black man in jail." Wow. Is that what this is? I don't know. But is race a factor in this court? Oh, hell yeah. Listen to this guy from the National Action Network. Oh, yeah, that's Al Sharpton's group. Remember him?
"I'm here because I believe within wholeheartedly that this gentleman that they're accusing of doing this heinous act is innocent. There are stories and there are stipulations of things of that have transpired towards his innocence. We heard today in the courtroom of them reading a so-called video confession that he supposedly said on videotape. But we've been down this road before in the Central Park 5 case and hundreds of other cases when they said they had video confessions, they had DNA evidence, and had all those things. And here we are. They are innocent, and they were released, spending 15 years in jail for something that they didn't even do. But in terms of being violent, that is not. Here is a person that never been arrested before. So it makes you think, how can a person go from never being arrested before, never been in jail, never been prosecuted, to in jail, to harassing, to killing this woman? It doesn't add up.
Okay, here's a little secret about criminal justice and jury trials. So especially these long jury trials, going for a couple weeks, maybe the deliberations goes for a couple weeks. The secret is this: the judge, of course, tells you, the jurors, so you go home, I don't want you reading anything about this case. I was talking to a prosecutor. I got a lot of prosecutors, a lot of federal law enforcement people that write me emails. I go shooting with them at gun ranges in the Delaware, Maryland, Virginia area, Pennsylvania. They invite me out to their range. One of these guys is a prosecutor. We were talking about this. He goes, yeah, every single juror goes home at night and figures out what is really happening with the case. Why the judge didn't let this evidence in. What will he look like?
Please, sir, I want some more.
And so all of a sudden, these jurors are going home. They pick up their internet. They pick up their TV, and they see Al Sharpton's guy out there going, oh yeah, this guy's not guilty. It's all about race. Cha-ching, the killer of Karina Vetrano, is released. For what? For the same reason OJ was released? This thing is screaming Bronx jury. They'll put the guy back on trial. We'll see if it gets a different result. They'll probably put him on trial for a lesser offense. Because convicting a killer of first-degree murder when a black man kills a white woman, that makes the black kids angry.